If you spent much time in the long dark, you know that the cold isn't the only thing that'll get to you. It's the places, the abandoned structures, the frozen bodies, and the things that just don't completely make sense. If you've seen my first 2 videos on this, you know we've already covered some of the most unsettling spots in the game. But somehow, there are still places that we haven't visited yet. And if you haven't seen those videos yet, don't worry, they'll be linked in the description. Today, we're looking at 5 more locations in the long dark that are genuinely unsettling. Let's get into it. We're starting with the desolate ruins of the stone church in Desolation Point. Honestly, the gloom of this entire region really sets the tone for this location. It stands overlooking decaying structures and the rusting wreck of the Riken. The stone church itself has seen better days, with portions of the structure having collapsed completely. There's a fire barrel inside that can keep you warm, at least for a while, but the environment that surrounds you doesn't provide much comfort. And then you notice the cemetery. It's filled with gravestones marking all the people who didn't make it. It encourages you not to stay here for long. But at least the stone church is a short walk from more comforting shelters like the lonely lighthouse. You can leave. The next location though, not so much. The wreckage of the final approach is as isolated as it is foreboding. Sitting alone near a frozen pond and forsaken airfield, this crash rescue helicopter tells a haunting story. Someone was desperately trying to help, and now they lay frozen in the snow. And you can only assume that the same is true for whoever they were trying to help. In a desolate region like Forsaken Airfield, coming across a scene like this only reinforces the dangers that you face. Everyone who came before you, the climbers, the rescue teams, people who were just living their normal lives out here, none of them seem to have made it. So why would you think you'd be any different? The first 2 locations unsettle you through their atmosphere, but this next one unsettles you by making you feel hunted. Blackrock Penitentiary is an abandoned, maximum security prison in the middle of a freezing, claustrophobic, and genuinely confusing region, and it has a violent and tragic history. As you explore the crumbling facility, the cell blocks, the yard, all the corridors that blend together in your mind, you can't help but think about what happened inside these walls. And if you've played story mode, you know exactly what I mean. The horrors that the people within experienced and the horrors that some of the escaped inmates spread across the island. But what makes it all worse is that you aren't alone. The prison yard and surrounding wilderness are crawling with predators, making it really tense to move from one building to another. You're sprinting between cover, listening for the sound of growls over the snow that's crunching under your feet. Even though it's abandoned, Blackrock holds on to the dread that would have made it horrible to experience while it was active. It's definitely one of the most oppressive locations in the game. From something entirely grounded in a disturbing reality, we're moving to something that feels almost supernatural. And if you've been to this next spot, you know it's genuinely one of the most unsettling things in the whole game. The cave system of Sundered Pass. This deep winding passage takes you far inside the region and allows travel between Sundered Pass and other areas. You pass stalactites, various paths that lead into the dark, and the real reason that this cave system is on this list, ice structures that eerily glow in the dark. The first time I came across this, I honestly felt uneasy. You're navigating the dark depths of a cave, and the last thing that you really expect to find is a massive glowing ice floe that lights your way through the darkness. And that's really where this cave system gets under your skin. It takes what we expect from caves in the long dark and twists it. It's beautiful, for sure, but it's undeniably unsettling. Beautiful and unsettling. That's a combination that the long dark pulls off better than almost any other survival game. But our final location isn't beautiful, it's just bizarre. The mysterious signal fire in Hushed River Valley. The absolute last thing you'd expect to see in a survival game that tells you you're the last remaining survivor is a blazing fire in perhaps the most remote region of the whole game. That's just disturbing. Are you not alone? You try to get to it, and you don't find anyone, at least not alive, but you do find supplies. Were they left by the person who lit the fire? Are they still there somewhere, watching you? There's really no answer to the questions that flood your mind when you see this. Just a fire burning in the distance, and it'll leave you looking over your shoulder and listening much more closely for the sound of someone else out there. And that's the thing about the long dark. It doesn't need jump scares or monsters to really get under your skin. It just needs a fire in the distance and no one around it. Have you been to any of these locations? Did I miss one that creeps you out? Please let me know in the comments. If you like more content like this, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.